Hey guys, welcome back to another, hold on, I cannot see, another Wednesday Wisdom. I hope you guys had a great 3-day weekend. I actually am going to be reading a quote from Pinterest instead of the book. And yeah, so I just kind of want to do that, and then I'm also going to be doing my makeup during this process. I already have put powder and a little blush on, so I don't have that much to do. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going to read a quote from here, and please excuse Brody for crying in the background. He's, as always, being annoying and mad at me. So let me just pick which one, because I have like two that I like, so I'm just going to pick one. Okay, so I like this one. It says, allow yourself to be a beginner. No one starts off being excellent. Brody, seriously. This one says, allow yourself to be a beginner. No one starts
being excellent. Brody, seriously.
Seriously. This one says, allow yourself to be a beginner. No one starts off being excellent. I really like this quote because, I don't know if anyone else has like a hard time, but when I am new to something, it's kind of annoying to me that I don't get something right away, or that I'm not like good at it right away. And I know that probably sounds like kind of dumb to some people, but, if you do like know how I feel or like what that feels like, then you kind of know where I'm coming from. Like I know starting out going to school for like hair and stuff, literally that has been something I have wanted to do since I was in like 7th grade. Like a child, I've always wanted to go to beauty school and be a cosmetologist, and I don't know, I love doing hair, and I knew how to do hair, or I felt like I knew how to do hair really good, blah, blah, blah. Moving forward, as soon as I got to beauty school, it was so awkward for me because just doing something simple as a blow dry was extremely hard for me, and it was so frustrating because I saw other people were getting it quicker than I was, and I was just so annoyed because I felt like this isn't the path for me. Like I can't like progress. I'm not doing I'm not doing as good as everyone else, blah blah blah. And I just, like I always say, like, get out of your own way. Like if I would have just stood in my own way and was like, oh, you're never gonna be able to do it, you can never do it, blah blah blah. Well, okay, that is just completely insane. And I feel like everyone has that moment, especially like if for sports or anything like that, they have that moment where they're like, oh my gosh, am I even like going to make it in this? Am I even going to be anything, or am I going to be good? And I don't know, I was just not wanting to accept the fact that I was new to this whole thing and that everyone else was trying to, and everyone is on different learning curves, and it does take me a little bit more time to learn something for the sole fact that I'm a lot of a perfectionist, and I had to kind of learn that not everything is going to be super like perfect or how you envision. Not everything's going to be that way, and I kind of had to learn that because I was really being down on myself about certain things. Like I said, with the blow drying and stuff like that, I was super like frustrated that I couldn't round brush. For you guys that know what that is, it's just those round brushes that have all the bristles on them that usually people use in the salon, and they blow dry for bangs and things like that. That was super hard for me to do, and so yeah, I don't know, I just never wanted it to be like, oh, you're starting out. Like I never could think that, oh, like this is my first day, like, and I can't do that. Like it's not that big of a deal, but for me it was a huge deal. So I like this quote, allow yourself to be a beginner. No one starts off being excellent. I feel like that is something that I always am telling myself, because I feel like especially in this industry, it is always a learning process, and you're always going to be somewhat of a beginner at certain things, because there's new trends that are coming and new cuts, haircuts, and I don't know, just all a bunch of different types of things this industry is just always evolving. So I don't know, I've learned a lot being in beauty school to really just be patient with myself, because I do want to get stuff like right away, like I want it done, I want to be the best at whatever I do, but I feel like it's more fun kind of like failing a little bit and then watching your progress like throughout, because like I said, I wasn't very good at blow drying, and then I mean, I'm not like a professional now, but like I am more decent now. I can actually round brush, so I don't know, I just really like this quote because I feel like everyone goes through that small bit of like, oh geez, I'm gonna be so bad and I can't do it and I'm gonna give up. And I feel like because there was a lot of people in my beauty group that dropped out, or they wouldn't show up, and they were just kind of, I don't know, just not very motivated to be there. And I feel like you have to be self-motivated for this business, because a lot of it is kind of advertising yourself, like advertising your talents and things like that. So I feel like it is a lot of you having to kind of talk yourself up, because that's where you're gonna find your motivation and to kind of keep moving forward. So yeah, I don't know, I really like that quote. And you guys, I would love to hear like your guys' experiences being a beginner at anything. I'm sure that you guys have some stories about, you know, like you first starting out something, you first attempting to do something, and even something that maybe you dropped out of too soon and you felt like you did that because you didn't feel like it was right for you. I want to hear about it, because I feel like it's a normal thing, and everyone kind of suffers with self-doubt and kind of wondering like, oh, is this really gonna be for me? I don't know, I just feel like everyone kind of struggles with that a little bit. So I would love to hear what's something that you kind of have struggled with and overcame, or something that you struggle with and maybe you never got the chance to kind of redeem yourself in a sense, to keep moving forward in it. Because I feel like a lot of people, once it gets too hard, I feel like people don't want to do it. They don't want to push forward. And I saw like a lot of that in my beauty school, just of people who would do really good, and then they would get too stuck in their own rut, and stuck in their own hole, and kind of just not ever kind of get out of it, and so they would drop out. And I feel like that's a big deal, because they went there for a reason, and then it's just so easy to drop out, you know? I don't know. Because there was times where I was like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But I always had to remember that this is something that I have wanted to do for pretty much my whole life. And I am going to fight for what I want and believe in. And for me, this is my dream. This is like one of my dreams. And so it's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling on now about life, but I feel like it's important to know that other people kind of struggle with possibly the same things that you are struggling with. I'm sure I'm not the only person that has felt like they aren't progressing, or they just feel like giving up. And I feel like when you feel like giving up, that's when you need to push and fight the hardest, because I feel like you're not really wanting to give up. You're just letting your mind and just the things around you affect your mood and affect the way that you, I don't know, I feel like you're just crushing your own dreams by giving up. And no one said it was going to be easy. Nothing good comes easy. I feel like it's going to be hard and it's going to be long, but I feel like when it's something that you really want, I feel like it doesn't matter how long it takes. It just matters once you get there, how great it feels that you accomplished something. And I feel like I just gave like 50 quotes into one whole video. But yeah, this is going a little bit longer than I wanted it to, but I feel like it's really important to talk to you guys and make sure that you guys know that you're not by yourself in certain situations, and that everyone struggles with certain issues. But I definitely wanted to talk about this quote because I definitely know that I am guilty of being so hard on myself. So just remember, when you're going after something, whether it be sports, school, beauty school, whatever it is, that make sure that you know that you have to start somewhere to get anywhere, to like move forward. You're gonna have to start at the bottom. You're gonna have to be a beginner. You're gonna have to probably fail a lot in order to get to where you're better. I think that, I forget who said it, but it takes like 10,000 hours for you to be considered a master at something. And so I feel like you shouldn't feel discouraged if you're first starting out in something, because 10,000 hours is a lot of hours. So I hope that you guys keep that in mind and keep a positive vibe around you during things that you really want to achieve. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you next week. Bye.